Leslie, I've been thinking maybe the boys should come back home now, and my housekeeper can take care of them till I get out of here.
Why? We love having them with us.
I've appreciated it more than I could ever say, but do you know what happens today?
Yeah, they get out of school for the summer. Rick can hardly wait.
Well, I hope he won't be shocked by what's liable to happen. Man and Ryan can be a handful when they're around the house 24 hours a day.
I don't foresee any problems at all except tearing him away from them long enough to get him to the hospital every day. He has so many places he wants to take them. He wants to take them every single place that his father ever took him and Jeff when they were on school vacation.
Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Do I look like a person who is worried about anything?
No, you don't. You look like a very beautiful, very happy lady.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Hello, Spence. Hello.
Your grades got posted. Oh, tell me. Okay, you passed everything, right?
Not yet. I don't know.
We've been checking the bulletin board every hour on the hour, and Scotty was getting really nervous, so we decided to leave the campus for a little while and come and visit you.
Oh, that's very sweet, Laura.
And I want to thank you so much for doing all you did to help convince Judge Windsor that that accident I had wasn't my fault.
Oh, thanks, but I didn't do that much.
Are you kidding? You made it possible for Scotty and me to get married after he graduates next week.
Oh, you're not still going to get married that soon, are you?
Yes, we definitely are, as soon as he graduates.
If I graduate.
Will you stop saying that?
I don't...
It seems to me that Scotty's graduation may be only one of the problems we
Bev
have.
and Claudia and I have already got everything worked out. We've got the music, the flowers, the minister.
Oh. Are your parents at least invited?
Of course. All you have to do is get on the phone and call whoever you want to be there, and Dad has to get the park commissioners okay, and then we're all set.
You see, Spence, the reason that Rick has to get the park commissioners okay is because they are going to be married in a public park near the campus, and then they are going to give all of the guests a picnic lunch, all of the guests having been invited by telephone.
I think that sounds just great. I mean, how and where two people get together isn't important. Look at Jonelle and me. We did the whole traditional bit. We had a big church wedding and then a big reception, and look how we ended up. Oh, we're getting a divorce.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. So if I don't make it for the big day, I wish you both the very best.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you take good care of her. She's a very special lady, Scott.
She ever.
Oh, Laura, I was supposed to tell you, I almost forgot. Very exciting news.
What?
There's a very good chance that Jeff today is going to find out where Stephen Lars is and get him back.
Oh, Mother, that's sensational news. Oh, won't it be great if they find out he's still alive and they can get him back?
So you're going to stay with your grandma until I get back from Canada. You're going to be a good boy, and I'll miss you very much, darling.
Well, what are you going to do now, Heather? Take out an ad in the newspaper and tell everybody about your little boy?
Mom, I am so glad you got here.
Oh, what are you talking about? Larry Joe practically kidnapped me out of the Weber house and threw me into that van of his. Now, how many more people are you going to get involved in these
Mom,
lives of
Larry
yours?
Joe is a good friend, and he's helping me out.
Nobody is going to be able to help you out if you go through with this lame-brained scheme of yours that you've got going today.
Good, then he explained it all to you on the way over here.
But what I want to know is how are you going to keep Cal Jameson from recognizing you as the girl who scared him off of the pier that day?
I'm going to wear big sunglasses, and I'm going to put a scarf around my head.
Oh, clever.
Anyway, it was winter then, and I had a heavy coat on.
That doesn't change your face, young lady.
Mom, I don't have any other choice. It's that, or Jameson tells Jeff the truth when he gets up there.
Why me? I mean, come on, God. Why me?
Did Larry Joe park where I told him to?
Oh, he's over by the north gate. That's all I know.
Good. Then he can drop me off at the airport first, and then he can take you and the baby back to the Webers.
Oh! Now, what happens when Diana Taylor comes home and you're not there?
I am pretty sure I'll be back by then.
Oh, pretty sure.
Well, if I'm not, tell her when she calls that I had a personal emergency and that you offered to take care of PJ for me.
Offered? Now, that is the biggest lamp of the
Mom,
day.
I can't stand around here and argue. If I'm going to make that 1:30 flight to get to Jameson before Jeff does, I have to go now. Come on.
Hi, I'm sorry I couldn't spring him out any sooner.
Oh, no. Thanks for trying anyway, Rick.
Listen, if it weren't for Rick, I wouldn't be out by now.
Well, if we get that 2:30 flight, we're going to be okay, Jeff.
If I'd just known a little sooner, I might have been able to arrange something.
Oh, listen, I didn't even consider consulting you until Diana Taylor mentioned it to me.
Well, enough for that. Why don't you just go while you can before you get caught here for something else? Look, do my best, and we'll be praying for you.
All right, thanks, Rick. And thanks for the loan.
It's all right. Just make it happen this time. And would you please do me a favor? Make sure he calls me when you guys find anything out.
Absolutely.
Good.
Thanks for everything.
Hey, thank you.
All right, we'll
Sit
see
it.
you.
Oh, you look like you're a million miles away.
I was just saying goodbye to Joe Kelly and Jeff.
Now? What happened to detain them?
Jeff got tied up with one of Levine's patients. Kelly says there's a 2:30 flight. He thinks I'll still be able to make that.
Well, let's hope.
And this time tomorrow, Jeff could be reunited with his son. I can't even imagine how I would feel if I was in his shoes.
Well, if your relationship with Matt and Ryan is any example, I would say jumping out of your skin with excitement.
Well, those are two very nice guys. You can't doubt that.
Except it's not quite the same thing as having one of your own. Is that what you would really like to say?
I guess I figure if I keep saying it, it'll happen.
It will. I promised you a son of your own. And it's a promise I'm going to keep. I don't know that it will happen before Laura's wedding, however.
I assume from that statement that she is just as crazy as ever to get married the second he graduates.
I'm afraid so, and we can just forget about trying to change her mind. So would you please get in touch with the Parks Commissioner, and I will take charge of inviting our friends.
Honestly, I still think that's premature until we know if Scotty passes.
He'll know today, and Laura wants to be assured that everything is moving ahead full steam.
If we live through this wedding, we can survive anything.
I think you're right.
I will second that. But now, does that mean he's passed the finals and the wedding's on, definitely?
Well, to hear Laura talk, yes, but actually we won't know anything until this afternoon.
Oh.
Well, do you think we should tell Laura and Scotty tonight about the honeymoon gift, or wait until just before the wedding?
Oh, no, let's tell them tonight.
Well, that's fine. We don't have anything on, do we?
No, not a thing.
We could have a barbecue at our house.
Oh,
What do you think?
that sounds wonderful.
With the show.
Those kids are going to be so excited when they hear that they're going to California on their honeymoon.
Yes, we're very despondent when they find out Scotty didn't pass his finals.
Oh, Lee, now don't even say that.
That's right. It's positive thinking that's gotten them this far. So we are just going to have to start thinking that way, too.
That's her way of saying if you can't fight them, join them.
Well,
Say, Rick, did Joe Kelly get a hold of you about Jeff leaving the hospital early to go up to Canada?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a little late, but he said there was a 2:30 flight. I'm just hoping they made that one.
Oh, so do I. Well, honey, I'll talk to you later.
All right, darling. And by that time, Leslie and I will know all of our plans for tonight.
as soon as I talk to the bride and bridegroom,
Yeah, be sure Scotty calls me the moment those finals are posted.
I will.
Thelma! Thelma!
What?
Come here, come here. Go to the window and see if anybody's out there. No. Look, is there anybody out there?
There's nobody there. But if I were you, I'd wait until it was dark before I'd make a move.
You know, thanks for the advice, Thelma. I know what to do when I'm getting trapped, you know?
Don't yell at me. I'm only trying to help you.
Oh, yeah? Just like you tried to help me by leaving a damn letter on the table so the detective could see it? You call it help, huh?
You haven't got any proof that he saw it.
Well, if he did, he went right to the cops, and that's probably he's prowling around out there. Now, just go over to the window and see who's out there.
I don't see anybody. And it's been over an hour. Maybe they just gave up.
No. Cops, they don't give up. Hey, this time they're not going to find me. I'm going to go so far away. I'll go to Europe. I'll go to Africa.
Yeah, for how long? Until you run out of money, and then you have to go back to Port Charles and do your...
What do you see?
There's a woman. She's
Who is
coming
she?
up the path.
Do you know her?
I don't know her. She's wearing a headscarf and sunglasses.
Yeah, she's probably a cop.
No. She looks very young. She's got a beautiful figure.
Oh, what's that got to do with everything? Look, you just find out who it is and get rid of her. I'm going to wait in the stairs. You get rid of her.
A minute?
Sure.
I've got a question to ask you about your exercise classes at the disco.
Okay, what?
The instructor. Is it male or female?
Male.
Good looking?
You might say that.
The classes are going to be good. He's going to use disco music and dance steps. You'll have a good time.
Hey, well, you got yourself 3 new enrollees, right?
All right. You know, it's amazing. I just put the notice up and the sign-in sheet is filled already.
Oh, gee, then you probably don't have room for 3 more, do you?
Bev, you don't get out of it that easy. I will make room for you.
Oh, well, you don't have to do that, Luke.
It's no problem. Hey, by the way, when I came in, I noticed there were grades posted. Did you get yours, Scotty?
No, not yet, but this could be it. You coming?
Bet I am. Hey, everybody, wish us luck, okay?
Got it, luck.
I don't know who's more nervous, Scotty or Laura.
Both. I mean, everything those kids have worked for is riding on those marks of Scotty's.
Courtroom procedure.
Baldwin?
95! I did it, huh?
I knew you could. I knew you could. There's one more, right?
Oh, yeah. The contract law now, that's the one I was really shaky, and I don't know where that one is now.
Contract law, this is it, contract law. I'm too nervous, you look. Come on, say something. What is it?
We're getting married! 95, and that's what I thought I was gonna flunk.
Oh, Scotty, I love you. Oh, Beth, Scotty, Beth. Oh, I know you do it. Oh, I'm so happy I'm gonna cry. Scotty, you have made me the happiest person in the whole world.
And that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of your life, is make you happy. Right? From this minute on.
See you later, Gail. Oh, Diana, is your shift over already?
Well, not quite, but you know, with Joe Kelly out of town, I thought I'd ask Jesse if I could leave a little earlier and hopefully avoid that man that's been following me. I thought I'd just take a bus home and pray that he doesn't call and tell me he did follow me.
Diana, would you do something for me?
Sure, if I can.
Don't take a bus today. Look, you can get a taxi right outside in front of the hospital, and the guy will take you straight in front of your door.
You're right. I'm a little tired anyway. I'd probably fall asleep waiting for the bus to come.
You know, you could have Heather stay a little while later, and then you'd have a chance to get a nap in. And I'm sure she's in no rush to get home since Jeff's in Canada.
Yeah, that's really a good idea. You know, I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have friends like you and Heather to kind of watch out for me.
Oh. Diana, I know it's easier said than done, but don't let these phone calls and threats get to you. Whoever this maniac is, I mean, if he thinks that you're threatened and frightened, he's only going to call more.
Yeah, Peter says the same thing to me. But it's so hard to not be frightened when he says he's followed me and he obviously knows so much about me.
Now, Joe Kelly is going to find out who he is, and he's going to put a stop to all of this.
I hope so. I really do, because I don't think I could take this much longer. Anyway, bye-bye. Thanks for the advice.
All right, take care.
It would be different if I was expecting to hear from him today. But you're wasting your time, Mrs. Weber, if you expect him to show up here today.
Look, I have written to him at this address. And the other day when he called me in Port Charles, he knew the private detective my husband hired had come to see you. Now, there's no way he could have known that unless you told him, Mrs. Jameson.
All I can say is what I said to the detective. He's not here.
He was seen checking the mailbox yesterday. He was seen in back of the cottage earlier today, which is why my husband is on his way up here with that private detective and the Canadian police. Now, unless you want your brother-in-law put in jail, I suggest you tell him about this track before it's too late.
That's all right, Thelma. I'll take over from here. Sorry if I startled you, Mrs. Weber. But I believe you're looking for me. I'm Cal Jameson.
Heather! Heather, I'm home. Beth? Heather?
Just calm down. Just calm down. Try to think. Where would she be? Where would she take PJ? They're probably at their park. We'll try it there.
Heather asked if she could take PJ to the park, and I okayed it. She has Tom Halpern's number in case anything should happen.
Of course. Here you go. Oh. Boy, I sure miss the days, the good old days, when I used to have an assistant to do that for me.
Is it true that Colleen Middleton eloped?
Well, no, not exactly, but she did decide to get married pretty quickly. Seems to be a lot of that going around lately.
Mother! Mother! She did it! He passed!
I passed.
You did pass!
That's right.
Wonderful. Quietly, gently. That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you.
I'll tell you something, Doctor. I've never been so glad to squeeze through anything in my life.
Don't be so modest. Do you know that he graduated in the top 10% of his law school class?
Oh, Scotty, I'm so proud of you. Oh, your dad must be so proud.
I haven't even told him yet. Laura wanted to get over here to tell you and Rick that...
You go call him right away. That poor man has been going crazy waiting to hear.
Yeah, I'm going to call him payphone right now.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Where is Dad? I want to tell him right away.
I don't know. Nancy, is my husband in his office, do you know?
Yes, he is. Would you like me to call him
No,
for
no,
you?
it's all right. We'll go up. We'll go up. You want to go up?
Yeah, let's go up. Okay, so you meet me in my father's office, all right?
Okay.
I love you. Laura, the elevator is here.
Okay. Hurry, all right?
Okay.
Monica, as soon as I get through this paperwork for Steve, I'll stop up on 10. Is Mr. Kikorian still in the lounge? Well, I'm sure he does. Tell him I'll gladly sit down and talk to him before I leave for the day. Well, maybe that'll calm him down for a while. Me too. All right, I'll see you in a while.
Dad?
Hi.
Dad, we just got the news and we wanted to tell you right away. Scotty passed and he is definitely going to graduate.
Well, that's marvelous.
I thought you'd be more excited than that.
Well, I am excited, but I'm not surprised. I mean, Scotty's a very intelligent young man, and you are so determined, and with you behind him, he was bound to pass, right?
Oh, did you call the park commissioner and get his okay?
Not yet. Now, your mom gave me the message that you called, and I will take care of it.
But when, Dad? The wedding is next week.
I told you. There's no changing her mind.
Everything is all set. All you have to do is call up your friends. Oh, and Scotty also has to call the lodge up at the lake and make a reservation for our wedding night.
Oh, honey, we're having Lee and Gail over for dinner tonight for a barbecue, and we would like very much to have you two there also.
I hope you're not going to try and change our minds again.
No, we know better than to try that. We just want to tell you what your wedding present's going to be, that's all.
Tonight?
That's all I have to say on the subject.
Mother, Dad, may I say something?
Of course, honey, please.
Well, I just want to say that seeing the both of you together again and so happy, it's the best wedding present you could ever give me.
Thank you. I know the bad times we went through were pretty rough on you, and we really feel badly about that.
Don't be. I know that a lot of the problems were my fault. I mean, not just because I got involved with David Hamilton, but, well, I haven't made your life very pleasant ever since you first got married. But I promise you, I'll make it all up to you one day.
You already have. Whatever the three of us may have gone through, just to see you this happy, boy, that makes it all worth it.
Mr. Jameson, you have to believe me.
Why should I believe you? All this time you've been lying to your husband. You haven't told him anything about the phone calls, nothing about the fact that we've still been in touch.
I didn't want to see you arrested. I still don't.
Oh, not until you find out where your little boy is.
If that's what I'd wanted, I would have brought the police with me, like Jeff's doing.
Look, that private detective that came up here told Thelma that your husband is still very interested in finding out where the little boy is. And you've been telling me all along that he couldn't care less.
He cares. He just doesn't believe for a minute that you know the truth, and he doesn't want to waste $5,000 on a known criminal.
Oh, but he'll waste money on having a private detective come up here and snoop around.
Only because he wants you arrested. And Mr. Jameson, Jeff's plane left Port Charles an hour after mine. You've got to get out of here, or you're going to be trapped, just like you were that day in Port Charles when Mitch Williams almost had you trapped down at that... wherever it was, at the harbor.
Mrs. Weber, would you mind taking those dark glasses off?
I didn't have a chance to put any...
Yeah, no, but I want you to take them off because I don't like talking to people when I can't look in their eyes. I thought so.
What?
You're the person that came and warned me about the cops on the pier, aren't you? Listen, you better start talking to me and talk fast. Because I intend to find out exactly what's going on around here.